In case you haven't heard of it, Palia is the newest cozy sim MMO currently in beta, and it honestly just might be my new favorite game. Hello my dudes, and welcome back to another video. My name is Siana, and if you're a fan of cozy gaming, you've probably already heard of, or maybe are already enjoying your time in Palia. But if not, you might be asking exactly what Palia is. On their website, the game devs give a detailed explanation of what the game is and the lore behind it, but to sum it up, Palia, developed by Singularity 6 Corporation, is a free, massively multiplayer online sim game set in a cozy fantasy world. Humans in Palia have disappeared until one day they show up again. You create a life for yourself in this new world among other players, who are also humans, and NPCs native to Palia, a race called Majiri. There are plenty of skill building activities like hunting, foraging, fishing, etc., and you hone in on these skills while exploring the mystery of humans in Palia. It's currently available on PC and will be coming to the Nintendo Switch later on in the year. Closed beta for this game began on August 2nd, and I was fortunate enough to snag an invite to that, and closed beta invites continued rolling out in the days that followed. Everyone, though, will be able to play and experience Palia for themselves beginning on August 10th, which marks the first day of the open beta period. I've been playing for a few days, going on a week now, and I've honestly enjoyed every single second that I've spent in this game. Genuinely, it was better than I was expecting, and here are some reasons why. The first task that you do when you enter the game is character customization. I'll start by saying that some of the options are fairly limited, like the facial shapes, and there are only two body types to choose from, a masculine frame and a feminine one, which is great, but having varied type of bodies and shapes mean a lot to some players, and there is a lack thereof. However, getting into some of the other customization options is incredible. As a curly-haired haver, whenever I create a new character in a game, all I ask is for there to be one textured option, just one. In Palia, there are multiple. The hair color options are also incredible, and being able to choose not only what color highlights you want, if any, you can also choose between a couple different options of where you want those highlights to be. There were also way more clothing options than I had initially anticipated, which is amazing because typically clothing is the easiest way to express yourself in a game like this, and there are options for everyone. While Palia is completely free to play, there are some microtransactions in the game, but they are purely for cosmetic purposes. You can spend real-life money to get coins that you can spend on in-game attire. The outfits have a big range in color and aesthetic, and they fit the atmosphere of the world so nicely. I personally was between buying quite a few of these outfits until I finally settled on the herbalist attire, and I'm absolutely obsessed with it. Just look at all of my little bottles and my backpack and just all my little green stuff. Thank you. I'll admit that I'm not the biggest fan of keyboard and mouse games. The controls just usually don't come intuitively to me. My hands feel really awkward trying to figure out what keys to press. And my camera skills, like when moving the mouse, are subpar to say the least. But honestly, with Palia, I found the controls quite simple and really easy to pick up. It helps that the game has little pop-up tutorials letting you know how to do basic movements and tasks. But even without those guides, I would have been able to figure out the controls pretty easily. As most PC games do, Palia uses WASD, W-A-S-D, for movement, and then the mouse for camera control. And other tasks like fishing or bug catching have a right-click mechanic that makes skill building and task completing so simple. For a lot of people, mechanics might not be a very big deal, but for someone who is as unintuitive with the keyboard as I am, having simple mechanics definitely makes a huge difference to whether or not I continue playing the game. And the simplicity and the ease of these in Palia are something I'm so grateful for. If you've been on my channel for a while, you might know that I'm not the biggest Disney Dreamlight Valley fan. And part of that has to do with the quests that you have to complete while you're playing. I found most of them both overwhelming and boring at the exact same time. So coming into Palia and seeing the little quests pop up on my screen honestly made me a little bit worried. I was afraid that I was gonna feel exactly the same as I felt playing Dreamlight Valley, but to my complete surprise, I didn't, like at all. I actually really love the quests that Palia has to offer. A few quests can be in progress at a time, which I thought would overwhelm me, but so far I've loved getting to choose between tasks and completing them at my own pace. Some of the tasks are small, like catching bugs and talking to Ani about them, and others are bigger, like exploring ruins and figuring out how to unlock secret entryways. The variety in tasks, I think, make them all feel intriguing while at the same time keeping the cozy vibe of the game in mind. So nothing feels like it's too much or like the tasks are piling on too quickly. The pacing and the quality of the tasks are great, and they keep me engaged without giving me anxiety. Yes, I get anxiety during games sometimes. No, I don't think that's supposed to happen, but it doesn't happen in Palia, so The world in this game is completely stunning. It's beautiful. Palia's map is gigantic, which is why I'm thankful that there's a return to home button that you can press, albeit after a cooldown period, to return to your housing plot no matter where you are in the world. I am a certified navigationally challenged girly, so I tend to get lost pretty often when, you know, running around foraging for goods or completing a task. But honestly, I don't even care that I'm lost because the graphics and the world itself is just so beautiful. From green forests lined with mushrooms and crawling with choppas and cernucks, to sandy beaches with crystal water and pretty shells, to ancient ruins, to a gorgeous town square, to a quaint farm, everything in this game is stunning. That's what makes the game so immersive. Wherever you go, you have something attractive to look at, to pick up, to catch. Palia is escapism at its finest, and I've found that I've wanted to keep immersing myself in the world even after I've already logged off, which is probably why I log on about 500 times a day. The NPCs also make the world feel really big and interesting. Every character you speak to in-game has a different personality, they have different likes and dislikes, different ways of getting closer to them. Some of the characters are romanceable, and some you're only able to build friendship with. Most of the NPCs are Majiri, the now predominant race in this fantasy world, and they all have such different looks and dialogue that really make them feel alive. I love building relationships with characters in game. It just makes me feel so much more connected to the world that I'm in, and Palia is no different when it comes to that aspect. And in case you are wondering, yes, Gina, Tish, and Hecla are gonna be my best friends, and Siana is gonna learn to love me. It's just what's gonna happen. I don't make the rules, I just enforce them. To be completely honest, the last MMO I played was probably Club Penguin or Toontown or that one Build-A-Bear online game that they had for a couple years. So I wasn't entirely sure how I'd feel about Palia being a massively multiplayer online game or whether I'd even care at all. But it turns out I actually really like it a lot. Being able to see other people online just running around the world or talking to the NPCs I'm passing or just living their lives in Palia is so cool. It's kind of like how the NPCs make Palia feel more alive because of their personalities. Seeing real people playing the game beside me makes the world feel that much more real. You can chat with other players, create parties or groups that you can play along with, and fulfill item requests for others. It's really cool how a community can rise up like this, helping each other out and playing peacefully side by side. It's also been really cool running around and randomly running into some of my online friends who I didn't even know were playing at the time. This has actually happened a few times where I'll like be out completing a task or just like running around and I'll run into one of my YouTube friends, or I'll see a couple of them just like typing to each other in chat. Like, what are the odds that I'm playing at the exact same time as somebody that I know and that we're on the same server and that I happen to run into them on this gigantic map? It's so crazy and I love it so much. Palia is genuinely one of my favorite, dare I say my concrete favorite game of 2023. There was a lot of hype surrounding this cozy sim, and the game not only lived up to that hype, but it exceeded all of my expectations and turned me into a Palia obsessed person who doesn't want to go out and do anything anymore. All I want to do is log on and decorate my house and glide from the mountaintops. No, but seriously, I think that everybody, especially if you're into cozy gaming at all, should check out Palia. It's free to play, it's fun, it can give you a sense of community. I honestly couldn't ask for more in a game. In case you haven't already signed up for Palia, I'll leave my refer a friend code down below in the description. If you do sign up using that link, you'll get a little welcome item when you do play the game. Otherwise, I'll leave Palia's general website down in the description as well, where you can find out more details about the game, as well as a general link to sign up to play. Thank you so much for hearing me ramble about my new favorite game. I can't wait to run into you, hopefully, when we're both online sometime. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you so soon in the next video. Until then, stay safe and take care. Bye!